It was the two girls that made me feel a little embarrassed. Some 20-something-year-old, scraggly-looking dude buying little girl underwear? Yeah, it sucked. What item is acceptable to buy in small amounts, but seems creepy to buy a lot of? Hello, you sell Nazi replica uniforms? Can I order 10,000? To be honest, it's the other way around. Order 1,000 and you're probably a World War II historical reenactment group. Order just 1 or 2 and you're up to no good. Dude, those are vintage Hugo Boss pieces. If you're ordering 10,000 uniforms, I doubt the seller cares why you need them. They just bought a mansion and a yacht with cash thanks to you. My roommate for some reason will always buy 248 packs of toilet paper every month. And everyone in the bus on the way back home will give him a weird look, like what is he going to do with that much toilet paper? Cats at an animal shelter. Which one would you like to adopt? All of them. Duct tape. Worked on a race car where we needed it, a lot. We got a sponsor at one point that paid us in duct tape. Every season a box would show up with 100 rolls of duct tape, in all of the flavors. When I apprenticed in a tattoo shop I had to buy supplies. I'd go to the dollar store, and end up in the checkout line with 20 jars of Vaseline, 20 packs of disposable razors, and a bunch of rubbing alcohol. People must have thought I was doing some seriously freaky stuff. Cough syrup. My friend is severely brain damaged after years of abuse. For each plateau, wait a week before tripping again. Better yet, don't do it. His bladder is damaged, and he can no longer become erect or have an orgasm. Last time I saw him was when I kicked him out via ambulance for overdosing. Personal lubricant. I once saw a guy buy like 30 rolls of Saran wrap, dozens of boxes of condoms, at least 30 containers of Vaseline, and other lubes, all while he wore booty shorts and a tank top. Edit, the guy was I'd say about 40 to 45 years old. Flamboyant in all his interactions with the cashier. I have no idea what the Saran wrap would be for. Anyone have experience in gay orgies and can chime in for us? Coffee filters. I was driving home after catching a long flight from the other side of the country. The wife had told me we were out of coffee filters. Stopped by Walmart and they had none. Asked person at the store and they said someone had come in and bought all of them. Lady standing next to me wondered out loud if they were doing crafts of some sort. I said, probably not. Probably cooking meth and needing to filter stuff. Walmart manager looked at me and shook his head in agreement. He made a statement that he thought the same thing when they picked them all up, cause they had the look. Wedding rings. They serve a purpose. Me and my sister used to get ourselves a bag's worth of wedding rings. We'd go to places like gas stations, and my sister would wait somewhere else while I pretended like I was looking for my wedding ring. Eventually an attendee would come out and ask if I was all right. I'd get all worked up about it, saying it was worth a lot of money. I say I have a flight I have to catch. They'll offer to look for it and send it to me. I act very thankful, offer a reward, and drive away. A short time later my sister would go to the gas station, with one of the rings, and pretend to find it, making sure the attendee could see it. The attendee would try to get the ring back, and she'd refuse. They'd usually end up giving her the money in the cash register to get the ring, which wasn't worth much. Infant-sized coffins. Story time. I used to work in a labor and delivery hospital. One night there was a kid who died within an hour of being born, totally unexpectedly. I passed a nurse in the hallway who was taking it kind of hard, and she said, they shouldn't make coffins that small. I said, heck yes, they should. Can you imagine a newborn in a full-sized coffin? The moral of this story is, I can't be trusted to not say the worst thing. Prepaid cell phones. Real talk, does anyone who is not a drug dealer ever use these? Actually the homeless people in my area buy them most often. I also know people who have bought them for their kids, as a test to see how responsible they can be. Confirm this, I gave my son a burner phone to take on a school trip 4th grade, and said, let's see how you do. Try not to crack the screen. Got a call from a chaperone after the first rest area. Your son left his phone in a vending machine. He put it in there to free up a hand to grab Oreos, then forgot it. I can imagine some random trucker going to get a snack at the rest area a few minutes later and finding a random TracFone with their Nutter Butters. Hope I'm not too late for this, but I got one. Douche. I once had to buy multiple bottles at the CVS, like 10. Everyone stared at me and some even kind of shook their heads. Bought them because my dog loves skunks. Not like I want to get them kind of love, but in love with them. She liked cats too but was obsessed with skunks. This led to her getting sprayed 3 times one summer. I tried everything to get the smell out and the only thing that worked was douche. Summer's Eve, I believe. Razor blades. Once bought 1,000 packs of razors. Anyone I mentioned it to was completely alarmed, worried about my mental health, blah blah blah. Honestly, I did it because it was $10 minus 15. I think they had a typo on the price or something, because when I bought them before it was usually around $15 for 100. I'm still going through them. Like, you only need one razor to kill yourself. If anything, 1,000 razors is an investment in the future, something suicide people don't do. Children's undergarments. I rented a basement apartment from a couple that I knew that had 4 kids all under 10. I would watch over these kids on occasion, and basically became like an uncle to them. Come Christmas time, I asked their parents, landlords, what the kids needed, or wanted, and that I would pick something up for each of them. Of course, socks and underwear. The 2 boys I had no problem picking up. Something with superheroes or Transformers worked. It was the 2 girls that made me feel a little embarrassed. Some 20-something-year-old, scraggly-looking dude buying little girl underwear? Yeah, it sucked. Thankfully, with help from a phone call with their mom, she helped me through it. Made it less awkward, too. Kids got something they needed, and I threw in a couple of movies from the $5 bin, so all was well. Damn, I missed those kids. Tiny Ziploc bags. I'm enjoying the mental image of someone buying just one tiny Ziploc bag. You shouldn't. It's really depressing. I've seen them for sale individually in liquor stores, bodegas in really bad neighborhoods. They'll usually have them packed in small bundles, and then stapled or taped to a printed cardboard holder that's kept on the wall or below the counter. Usually in the same part of the store that has rolling papers, torch, rose stem pipes, and other paraphernalia. They usually charge some ridiculous price for them, too, like 25 to 50 cents each, or 3 or so for $1. The profit margin on that has to be enormous since you can get like 1,000 of them for $5 to $10 on Amazon. Enemas. Real talk though. When you go to Walmart to get the stupid enema kit after not pooping for 2 weeks, just get the 3-pack. If you mess up the first one, do you really want to go back and see that same cashier again 20 minutes later, and be buying another enema kit? Energy drinks equals kidney stones equals painkillers equals massive constipation. Sudafed. Am I missing something about Sudafed? I actually buy it in bulk, 2 or 3, for my hay fever. Now I'm worried how I'm coming across to my local supermarket workers. In addition to being a safe and effective over-the-counter medicine, it's useful in the production of crystal meth. So some states try to make it hard to buy. In California I had to talk to the pharmacist, let them scan my license and sign my name. Luckily I only buy about a box a year when I get sick. You've got to be careful though, because Sudafed now comes in 2 versions, only one of which contains pseudoephedrine. The reason for this is attempts to discourage use of the one that can be turned into meth. The problem being that the other one, phenylephrine, doesn't work. I've had multiple friends joke about buying meth and turning it back into pseudoephedrine because it's actually easier in some ways to get meth here. Like and subscribe for more funny, interesting, and scary r/ask Reddit videos.